welcome to the Sideliners. I'm Lainey.
I'm Annalise.
I am Sawyer.
And this is just a podcast where two girls try their best to talk about sports, and we also have Sawyer.
Yep. All right.
This week we're going to be talking about golf and the NBA with a special guest. Peyton.
Oh, I didn't know if we were going to announce him yet.
Oh.
It's chill. It's
Oh.
Peyton. Everybody knows
Special
him.
guest.
Peyton Trotter. All right.
That little guy.
Jump straight into it.
Cue the music.
Cue music.
Cue the music.
Okay, so starting off our NBA segment, we actually have a very special guest,
Super special.
the very own Peyton Trotter,
What's up?
who has a passion for fashion, but
I do have a passion.
also for the NBA.
Yes.
So we're going to let him talk on the stuff he thinks is important for the last few weeks, I guess.
Yeah. I can't remember how much you guys touched on the trade deadline not too long ago. It was really just about Luka and AD, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a couple little
We
trades.
threw a few other ones in there, but
Yeah. Honestly, this past trade deadline was one of the craziest in NBA history, from just the Luka trade and then all kinds of other big names, because it was almost like the other teams saw the Luka trade and was like, well, I mean, if they're willing to do that, then we should be willing to throw other things. So it was like Kevin Durant's name got thrown around, which was insane because he never asked for a trade,
Right.
which he didn't end up getting traded. But reports are saying that now he is having problems with the team because of
he's
it.
not very happy about it.
Yeah, so there's a chance that he might want to leave this offseason. All kinds of things like that. It's who's another person? Darren Fox went to the Spurs. Dennis Schroeder got sent around to like 4 teams. He was like in like a bunch of different random trades where he was like the money person, basically, where to match a contract for the trade to work out, you have to have almost equal. There's a little bit of leeway both ways, basically, on the amount of money to match it, basically. And so because Dennis Schroeder's contract is a little bit more expensive for his caliber of a player, he's been like shipped around with a bunch of random teams just to make the
Right.
money work.
Yeah. Where did he go? Did he go to Miami and then he ended up with the Pistons, or he was somewhere for like 8 whole hours?
Yeah, I think it was the Jazz. He got sent to the
to
Jazz.
Utah.
It was part of a 3-team trade, and it was part of the Miami Golden State trade where Jimmy Butler got sent to the Warriors and Andrew Wiggins got sent to the Heat. He got sent. Dennis Schroeder got sent to the Jazz, and then 8 hours later was sent to the Detroit Pistons, which is where he finally landed.
Yeah.
Do you think he was traveling to
That'd be
4 different
crazy.
cities?
Like
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's probably just like sitting in his house, just waiting to hear where the next
Yeah.
place
He's like,
was.
oh,
That's pretty
okay,
smart.
that's not gonna last. Where's my next place?
Well, and it was funny because he started this season as a Laker, I think. I think he started the season as a Laker, and then he got sent to the Nets in like December, and then the Nets sent him to Golden State in like January, and then in February he got sent to a bunch of different random places during the trade deadline. It was insane.
And isn't the turnaround for those like pretty fast? Like I saw like last week, Luka has already started playing with the Lakers, and like they just started trade. Like that was like a week later.
Yeah, the Lakers also, they signed. So after the trade deadline, the only other thing you can do to like get new players is you can sign people in free agency, and like a lot of times people who are like Dennis Schroeder or the money people in trades will get what's called waived, which is basically like we say that we're just going to kind of pay off your contract now, and then you're not really on our team, so you're in the free agency at that point, and then you can sign other people who got waived after the trade deadline. That's really the only moves you can make. And so the Lakers actually signed a center, Alex Lynn, so that way they could have somebody, because they didn't really have any centers. It was the one thing that people were saying would be an issue with the Lakers trade.
Yeah.
And literally he got signed that morning, and that night was a starter for the Lakers.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was on the Kings before that, but he's like, I want to say 7'2", but he's never really averaged a ton.
That's a lot of feet.
That's a lot of feet.
So how do you think like the moving around of all these players and like I guess the new composition of the teams is going to affect? Like, do you think there are going to be any standout teams now?
Like,
any teams who were good?
Like, I want to know if Jimmy Butler's going to bring the State Warriors to the playoffs or not.
Yeah, so that's where it gets interesting because, like, the question is, can they make it work in this short a period of time, right? So, in my opinion, the people who have the best shot to win right now are people like the Celtics, the Nuggets.
People who weren't in trades?
Yeah, and Oklahoma State Thunder because they weren't in trades. But then again, I think all the teams who were in trades have a better shot to win next year.
Right.
So a lot of people are trying to flip it and make their teams better title contenders that quickly, but it's hard to with chemistry things. And so I think technically they could make it work. And I mean, people are saying it's going to make it work. The Lakers got bumped up to the second best odds to win the championship.
Yeah, they won like 10 of the last 11 or something like that.
Yeah.
At least recently. I don't know what they played. Well, actually, they're on the All-Star break, so they have won 10 of the last 11.
Yeah. Well, and what's crazy is that the one that they lost was to the Jazz, who they lost by 32, and the two nights before they beat that same team by 30. It was like I don't understand.
Yeah, that's weird.
They like fell apart randomly.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that all the teams who are involved in trades are way better title contenders next year than they are this year. But there's a lot of people who would disagree with me and say that these specific players like Luka or somebody like that who likes to be so involved with his team could figure it out basically and give themselves a better chance this year because he is so involved basically.
Because how much time do they have until the playoffs will start? Like,
I want to say
They start in like April, don't they? Or early April?
Maybe, yeah. I know finals will start. I always try and like run it backwards, basically, because I know the finals will always happen like the first week of June.
okay.
Yeah, so it's the playoff dates are April 20th to June 17th.
Okay.
So
Does that
April
include
20th.
the play-in, or is it?
I don't know. It says 16 teams, so I don't think it does.
Okay. So yeah, then the play-in will happen probably the week before that, and then it'll be the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've got a few months, but
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like to come into a whole new team, especially at that level of play,
Yeah, the play-in tournament is April 15th.
Okay.
it's got to be difficult. So,
Yeah, it won't be easy. I also think here's another random thing that I kind of thought recently is that like all these teams, even though it will be in next season, like we've already had it this year, I think all these teams who made these moves like that, they're enough in like win now, but like also aren't quite good enough that they had to make these kind of moves. So what I actually think that they have a better shot of winning the in-season tournament than they do winning the actual championship because a lot of these big name teams don't care as much about the in-season tournament because they're so focused on the actual finals.
When does that happen?
That usually happens like the third month of the season or something like that.
Okay.
And all those games technically count for regular season games too, except for the semifinals and finals. The Lakers won it the first year, and which was 2 years ago, and then this year the Bucks won it.
Okay.
So, but
Does
yeah,
that, like, I know it's like only happened twice, but like, does that hold weight?
sort
I
of.
feel like it kind of doesn't, but I mean, I don't know. I don't watch NBA that much.
Sort of. The main draw of it is that the winners, each player gets like a $100,000 bonus or something like that.
Okay.
Which like for a LeBron or somebody like that doesn't really matter. But then if you get down into like Alex Lynn, for instance, that center they just signed, his contract is like minimum contract.
like a rookie player who's just coming into the league.
Right, and so $100,000 is a lot to them.
Yeah.
Like you think of an NBA player and that doesn't seem like a lot, but you get to those lower role players and it actually is quite a bit. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But, like, how much weight do you think for, like, a franchise do you think winning that in-season tournament would hold, opposed to, like, winning the actual championship?
That's a tough one because it's so new that it's like, they don't care about it near as much as they care about the actual finals, and it's
Right.
very obvious that they don't. But at the same time, you also want to be one of the first people to win it. So it's like the Lakers can forever say they won the first ever in-season tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, LeBron can always say, I won the first in-season tournament. So you get that kind of pull, but at the same time, it's like, it's also the in-season tournament. It's not the finals.
Yeah.
So I would say it really just depends on the franchise. I think that like a team like the Blazers, if they won, they've never won any championship ever. Or the Pacers, they've never won a championship. So it's like if they won, they would, carry it for forever.
Take it and run with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you give it to the Warriors, and it's like, well, we've won, 4 championships in the last 12 years. So it's like,
yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being a part of our podcast this week.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And are we talking about golf or hockey next?
I think we'll talk about golf.
I think we're going to talk about golf next.
About golf.
So, yeah. Okay. Yep. Moving on. Okay, so starting off with golf, we're going to talk about the Phoenix Open first. You want to talk about it or me talk about it?
You can start us off.
Okay. Oh no, this might be bad. The winner was Thomas Detry. Is that right?
Dietrich.
Dietrich,
So
okay.
pretty much same thing.
He won by 7 strokes.
Yeah, he
You know what that
smoked him.
means?
Yeah, I do actually.
What does it mean?
It means that he hit the ball, like, the guy before
Yeah, you got it.
and did the whole 7. It took him 7 more times to hit the ball in the hole.
No.
Oh, no.
Seven less.
No, but the guy before him. So, like,
Yeah.
he was 7 less than the guy that got second.
Yes.
The guy that got second hit it 7 more times.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do.
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
So this is actually a sport that Annalise is a little bit less familiar with, which is interesting because Annalise loves sports.
Okay. Okay, good. The Phoenix Open is my favorite. I went to it last year. I was
Did
there.
you actually?
Yeah, me and my father went. It was great
That's
fun.
so cool.
It's huge. It's called the People's Open, and it's like a party the whole time, and it's super loud. They're like playing music in the background.
That's so funny that a golf open is so loud to me.
Yeah, it's usually dead quiet, and like
Yeah.
people complain about it, like pros do all the time, which is
quiet or loud?
that it's loud and there's
Normally they
drunk
want it to
people
be
heckling.
super
It was a little more tame this year than it was last year. When I was there, on Saturday there was like 200,000 people on the course, which is like
Oh my god.
way too many people.
How many miles away did you park?
How many? Oh, we walked from the hotel to the course. Is what we did. So it was like maybe 8 miles.
Oh my god.
Is how we walked. So I don't know. It maybe 8 miles, and then we'd walk around the course a ton. On Friday, we sat on 16. Is the famous hole number 16? And it has like it seats like 20,000 people around it.
No.
Yeah, it's
chance.
cool.
What
It's really
course
cool.
was it at?
TPC Scottsdale. That's what it's called.
Okay.
It's Champions course. It's super fun. But why it's so special? Well, at the beginning, when people like stay up until like 4 a.m. and then get in the gates, so they can like run from the gates to the 16th hole.
I've seen clips of that.
It's crazy. Me and my dad did it.
It isn't like a lot of it is just like a bunch of like overweight middle-aged men just like booking
yeah,
it.
they're booking and like a bunch of college kids that go to Arizona or something. But it's so much fun. Like I was booking it to it, and my dad didn't make it.
Oh,
So
no.
I was at hole 16, and he was waiting in line for like the whole day.
Oh no.
Yeah, which he eventually got in. It was fine.
Moral of the story is
You left your dad.
Phoenix Open is really cool, really fun.
It is very fun. It's like it's crazy when they open the gates. People lose their minds and like are running over fences. Like I hopped like 3 fences, and there's like people like in between
I like
fences.
how you say people lose their minds, but I think you were.
Well, it was everybody. There was like 20 people with like banana costumes, and I was running right behind. I was right behind them. I saw this guy like eat it and like faceplant. And I just like I kept on running and like watched him fall. I was like, I'm getting that hole, but no. But moral of the story is it's a big party, and they're like the PGA told them not to sell alcohol after the 3rd day because people are
They were
too
just
wasted.
like crazy.
Yeah, it was fun.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Anyway, you
we'll talk about the actual golf
Yeah.
a bit. Spieth and Thomas, which they're very well known people. They were like the same age. They like grew up together, playing junior golf together. It was pretty cool. If people don't know who they are, but Spieth, they did not play well last year. Spieth was actually hurt for a little bit, but they both played really well. Especially Spieth. Spieth finished tied 4th, 1 stroke back from 2nd position. He had this one hole. Number 11 is the hardest hole. It's like it's a par 4, like a long par 4.
Oh wow.
And there's water on the left, and he hit it way right into this like sand stuff. I don't know what it was.
It wasn't
But it
just
used
like
to
a
be
normal
grass.
sand pit?
No, it wasn't normal sand. Like you could ground your club because it's like
Oh, okay.
Like it wasn't actual sand; it was like part of the course. But he was right behind a bush where the bush was like right here, and he's a righty, so
They
he
still
can't.
can't see you.
He can't do that. I know. He's the ball was on the right side of the bush, so therefore he can't swing with his body there. So he used his putter and flipped it around and swung lefty.
No
And then-
shot.
It was pretty
backwards.
Yeah, backwards. Yeah.
And it worked?
Backwards.
Yeah, and he got up and down for par from like 100 yards,
That's awesome.
which he's very good at scrambling. He's really cool. And then Will Chandler, he was a Monday qualifier, which means like he's not a pro. He because it's an open, so you get to like qualify before, and he qualified and he finished third, or not third. He finished tied sixth. His third PGA start, so he's
not
qualified
like
before.
a professional?
He doesn't have his
Just
card.
like a random guy who likes
Random
golf.
guy.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, but he's like people know him. He's an amateur.
Yeah, he's an amateur. I think. He might be on the Corn Ferry. I don't remember. But he did really good. He shot 15 under over the weekend, which is ridiculous for a Monday qualifier. That doesn't happen that much. Rasmus Højgaard, he's a standout rookie. His brother, Nikolai Højgaard, he was a rookie last year and he did phenomenal. And then he, this year, which he actually, because they were on the DP World Tour before this, they were both really, really good. Rasmus Højgaard actually has a better resume, but he just now got to the tour. But he finished T12, and he's been doing really good. I don't know what he finished. Where did he finish? I didn't put that down there. It doesn't matter. In the Phoenix Open. But in the Phoenix Open, he's tied 12th. And Nikolai, his brother, shot 7 under. Yeah.
Very cool.
That's pretty neat. The last point. Well, yeah. This is for hole number 16 with the 20,000 people that go nuts. Emilio Grillo had a slam dunk, like hole in one, where it just hit the bottom
That
of the
is
cup.
so
And it swirled and then went in, and like people went nuts. They're like throwing
put
cans and stuff,
chaos
bottles and stuff.
ensued.
Chaos ensued. Yeah, that's what happened. It was. Yeah, I wish I was there
The
for
banana
that.
costume people were going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to the Genesis Open, really quick. The winner is to be determined. There's obviously not a winner yet. It's
Well,
not a winner.
okay. This did happen actually. I just didn't put any notes. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, no
The Genesis
chance.
Open was last weekend.
Was it really?
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
missed
So,
it.
yeah. I guess
Darn.
it's chill.
Dang.
Tiger didn't
This
play.
is the one sport that I watch, guys.
Yeah. Well,
golf.
Genesis
Yes.
Open. Who won? Ludwig Aberg did. Oberg. However you say that last name. Oberg. He's Swedish. I'm pretty
I don't
sure.
know.
I don't know.
Everybody says it
He's
different.
really
The
good though.
commentators.
He's really good.
Also, kind of drama
He won.
because Tiger didn't play.
Yeah, he didn't because his mom died.
Oh.
That's why.
Oh.
Yeah. But he's playing in TGL golf today, I think.
Oh.
Today being
They
Tuesday the 18th. So, yeah. But like everybody was wearing little pins with like his mom's symbol on it.
Oh.
Like everybody. So that's pretty cool. But moving on in golf. TGL is this new really cool league. Have you seen any of it?
I haven't watched any of it. I've heard
It's-
of it, but I've seen like.
I thoroughly enjoy watching it. It's
Really?
not like super competitive yet, but it's fun to watch. It stands for Tomorrow's Golf League because it's like a virtual thing. Like it's a simulator. That's the word.
No chance.
Yeah, it's
They're
really
all
cool.
in simulator, so they can all
It's
do it remote.
yeah. So they have two zones.
They're there.
Well, they're actually there. Yeah.
It's
But,
like he showed me a picture. You have to see a picture.
mhm,
It's really
pretty cool.
When do they? Can we all get together and watch this?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That sounds so fun.
I don't know.
Watch
I don't know
party.
the schedule, but
Anybody who's
That's
listening,
really
pretty
cool.
cool.
come
Golf
to our watch
simulators.
party.
It's. I guess it makes sense. I mean, golf simulators are becoming so popular.
They're-
but
yeah, they're
that's
really popular.
But isn't it's like the simulator for like when you're trying to hit it far, but then like the actual like
yeah,
putting
they
or
have
whatever?
two zones. Or they call one the flight zone and one the I don't forget what the other zone's called.
Was it just like a putting green?
It's just a
pretty
putting
much?
green,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
it's,
like
like,
a fancy
fancy,
putting green.
yeah.
But it's really cool. But it's a massive simulator, and they have real grass and real rough, and then like real sand, and they have this like mechanical lip. So like if you're in a bunker where the lip is like right in front of your ball, they move the thing up so it's like right in front of your ball, which is really cool.
That's sick.
And like it's a massive screen that they hit into, and so for their driving and their approach shots, and then once they hit their approach shot, this light shows on the green that's behind them, and it's like a massive green that it like spins and has real sand pits,
Whoa.
and like the bumps on the green move up and down mechanically is wild. It's super cool.
I don't even really understand
But
what
this-
you're saying, but I want to look into this. It
It's-
sounds really cool.
It's pretty neat. They've spent like $50 million or something
yeah.
like
What
that
did
on
we
the
look at?
stadium.
It's like 2 facilities or
Yeah, there's two. I think there's
50
two.
million. Wow.
I'm not sure.
we looked
It's called
it up.
SoFi Center is what they're playing in right now, and I think it's in LA.
Is it in SoCal?
Maybe.
Probably.
Probably.
That would make sense.
I feel like it is.
That's where the other stuff is.
But Yeah.
Okay, moving
And
on.
the light shows down on the green. It's like a little ball where they put their ball.
That's so
and they
cool.
chip. It's super cool. But they play. It's like there's 6 teams, and they each play 5 matches each. They only play each other once, and then there's a 14 playoff at the end of the year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's like all the best players as Rory, Justin Thomas, Tiger, Fitzpatrick, Ricky, Shoffley, Cam Young. I love that guy.
Okay, so it looks like we have a
Wyndham
Massachusetts,
Clark,
we have a
Blowpig.
Georgia.
I call Wyndham Clark Blowpig because Windham. I just thought that was funny.
That's Blowpig. That's
his
really
nickname.
interesting.
At least on a podcast it is.
Wyndham Clark?
Windham Clark. Okay, so it's only been I don't know how many matches there's been. Probably 8 or something like that. And there's gonna be 5 times 6s, so 30, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So there's gonna be 30 total matches. There's been 8 or something like that. And there was a triple header yesterday. It was the Bay team played and Atlanta played and Boston played, in 3 whole matches. But the first one was a blowout. It was 12-1.
Dang.
It's like match play. You play 9 holes with the team, alternating shot, and then each player plays 3 individual holes. Or actually just 1 individual. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but it's 15 total holes. And and it's been pretty even so far. I think I don't know who's in the lead, but
No, that's pretty cool.
it's kind of a big deal because it was Tiger's response to
The
Live
TGL
Golf.
itself.
Yeah, the whole league. They founded it in 2022, and Live Golf was founded in 2020, which is kind of a long time ago now. But
Oh my god.
it was
that's
their
2025.
it was their retaliation to it, kind of in a way.
Why are they retaliating?
Well, Live Golf, they were the whole thing, in 2020, where the Saudi Arabia made this league in America, and they stole half of all the really good players
Interesting.
from the PGA Tour, and then the PGA Tour said you can't play in the PGA Tour if you go to Live, because Saudi Arabia is all controversial and stuff
Right.
with their oil money and stuff. But so
Yeah.
it's the Bryson DeChambeau is getting paid $500 million
Oh
to
my
play
heavens.
that in Live Golf, and Live Golf gets 12,000 views a weekend.
How
So
are
they're
they
sucking.
affording
I don't know how they are still a thing, but TGL was kind of a response to it, where they're we'll just have fun golf, because that's what Live is. They make it more upbeat, and there's music playing and stuff like that, and there's teams. So then this was PGA's and Tiger Woods'
Just kind of
retaliation to we can have fun golf too, but with the best players and where it's not controversial.
No. We got fun golf.
Yeah.
Go to the Arizona Open, the
Yeah,
Phoenix
the
Open.
Phoenix Open, yeah, exactly. The Phoenix Open is fun in itself, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it was.
Cool. Well, thank you, Sawyer, for enlightening us. I think that's all we have for golf today.
It is.
That's all we have for golf.
I believe so.
Okay. Well, then if that's all we have for golf, I think that's all we have
For today.
for today.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for listening.
I hope you enjoyed. We
Yeah.
had fun as always.
Yeah.
I hope you had fun.
Big shout out to Peyton. Thanks for coming and talking to us this week.
And we'll see you next week on episode 6. This is 5, right?
Yeah.
This is fun.
On 6.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Have a good day.
Bye. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm running, looking for. This is really awesome.